Welcome. We are at our first Project Next morning show with Tim and Sarah. We're going to try something new here. How about like depressing information in like a lighthearted, jokey,
Yeah,
sarcastic way?
morning,
Morning
have your
show
coffee type of
with
way.
your
Yeah.
coffee or your
Mm.
hot tea if you have a little tickle in your throat like me. Yes. Okay, so pretty exciting. We're going to talk about stuff that's going on in Indiana. I don't know if you've heard this or not, but gerrymandering, redistricting. Let's put Tim's farm community with Indianapolis, that type of thing. We'll talk about that. We're
Hmm.
going to talk about Dollar General ripping rural customers off. We're going to talk about
Yep.
Kroger. Tim tried to explain it to me and I couldn't pay attention, so I'm going to try better this next time. And then we're going to talk about boundaries and how if we all practice boundaries better, we would be better. Every time I have therapy, Tim Peck, Aaron says to me, sounds like this issue we could solve with some boundaries here, Sarah. So I think it's an issue a lot of us
I'm
could
glad
get help
Karen's saying that so I don't have to say that. It's very nice of her.
with. That's funny. So how are you, Tim? How's it going?
I'm great, thank you. I woke up at 1 a.m. this morning like a true, media star who's going on a morning show where you wake up, way before everybody else because you got to be on
Yeah.
camera at 6 a.m.,
3:30
5
call
a.m.
time, makeup and hair. That's right.
Exactly,
Dedicated.
exactly. Yep, that's
Also,
exactly what
you
happened.
you also you're adjusting from like a week of night shifts.
That's correct. Yes, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had wide open eyes at about 1 a.m. this morning and doom scrolled for a little bit and then said, what am I doing? This is not working out. I'm not going to sleep or doing anything productive. Let's get up, let's get started. And I wrote an op-ed. That's what I did this morning.
Well, at least you use your time productively. I can't wait to read that and pump it out. That's so funny because there's like nothing going on. No,
Yeah.
no Indiana news. Nothing with you running for Congress and district 9 in Indiana. Nothing. I mean, I like have trouble sleeping lately because I'm doing 80,000 things right now. Most of them
Hmm.
are good and positive, and I'm really pulling out all the mind trick stops to calm my mind down. I'm like, I always try to think of the book I just finished, and I try to
Hmm.
remember the plot, the character names, take it through, and then I get stuck on, then I fall asleep. So, but it's
It's
hard.
very smart. Very smart. Yeah.
It's taken me years. I've always struggled sleeping since I was a little kid. A
Yeah.
lot going on in here. I bet a lot of us can
But I did
identify.
get to put cast to bed last night, and I hadn't gotten to
Oh,
do that in about 8 nights. And that is my favorite part of the day. We do so much, Sarah, between work and family, and we're trying to, you know, make democracy better and make it actually represent people. But the favorite part of the day for me is when I get to read some stories to Cass. We always read 3 books. He gets to pick out three every night. So
my favorite part is when my kids want super snuggles. They like
super
fully
snuggles.
they fully like get on my lap and just give me 100% of their body hugging me. And I like close
Nice.
my eyes. I'm always like, best part of the day.
Love that.
Or, yeah, when Asher was tiny and he was like a toddler and a baby, he would grab his ears for comfort. Have you ever seen that in a baby? It was really cute. At first, I rushed him to the doctor thinking he had an ear infection. And he's like, no, his ears are fine. And then we realized he does it when he's upset. It's like, and then
uh,
he would hug me and grab my ears. It was so cute. It was
does he
adorable.
still do it at all?
No, I just
No.
reminded him of it a couple of days ago. He did not remember. He thought it was funny.
Got it. Got it.
Okay, ask me
All right.
about my night last night, Tim Peck.
Yeah. What did you do last night?
Well, somebody texted me in the evening asking if we wanted to do a morning show at 9:30. So first I had to reschedule my other show, which I'm going to meet with my new friend Bryce and we're going to talk about the Apple show Pluribus, which is
Okay.
fascinating. And so that's tomorrow. So I rescheduled Bryce. He was cool about it. And then I got to work on making us a graphic, which you can see on the screen. Here's the graphic we chose. I used my paid chat GTP. Judge away if you want. But anyway, I put pictures of us, and you weren't smiling enough in the first picture, so I couldn't
I
do
was
it. And
very angry in the first picture.
I
It
thought
looked
you looked
like
fine,
you
but
loved mornings. I hated them. That's what that looked like. Yeah. Now my
we,
smile is enormous. Look at that.
we,
It's
we
great.
could have we could have done that as the show. You're grumpy, I'm happy. It could have worked, but
It could
no,
have been a
no.
thing.
But anyway, I worked for like the next hour trying to do another one, and it kept getting worse and worse and worse. And then and then you tried to help. And then this is the version you sent me, and I could not stop laughing because at this point I'd been working on it for 2 hours. I've been like feeding the
Hmm.
kids, cleaning up dinner, and every 5 minutes checking the AI. And this is the version that you came up with, and I thought it was hilarious. Okay, so here's the other version. Oh, I gotta take the banner down because that's the best part. Okay, so I did a voice message with you, and I was like, it looks like Project Next morning show with Tim and Sarah. And also, I was like, it looks like we're narcissistic, like we're really into our names and us. I was like, I can't. And I don't know whether did you get my joke? Did it make sense to you when I was
No, I did.
illustrating?
I did when I was, yeah, in between things, if you were texting it. But yeah, not only that, Sarah, but it's with Tim and Sarah.
Sarah! Yeah, my name's even bigger. It's like the biggest name. So it's like I am super full of myself. Also, none of the AI generated pictures, even though I gave it like 10 of me, look like me. But I think this one looks a little bit more like me. I don't know. So here's the one we went with. Hope you like it. Message in the comments. My guess is most people do not care, and we spent way too long on it. But
That's right.
at the end, I was getting like delirious, and I just like could not stop laughing. So that's kind of fun when you like do
And
something so long.
this also inspired me to put on what I'm wearing this morning
Like it, like
because
it.
you made this, and I said I probably should look. Fully expected you to be in a red dress today.
Yeah, I thought about it, but that's my very special one that I haven't washed yet, and I didn't know if I
Hmm.
wanted to. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's my handmade by a designer for me dress. It's based on what's it called? The president's wife, Kennedy,
Hmm.
Jacqueline O. Kennedy.
Jackie, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. It's based off her. It's pretty fun. I got to do that.
very cool.
Okay,
Let me tell you about what I did last night before we move on.
sure.
Is that I sent you some pictures of it. I made a barn star. And so this is a Bergen family tradition. My wife's last name is Bergen, where everybody, and they have you take rebar. So it was over 20 feet of rebar, really long one. And if you're not familiar with rebar, that's those bars that stick out of cement and in construction sites that really make up the structure of a wall, and use acetylene torch to heat up every 2 feet and bend it so that eventually bending it became a huge star that you then put Christmas lights all around it, and
Oh,
then
okay.
put it on your barn.
This is making more sense from the pictures. I didn't know what you were
Yes,
doing, but it looked cold and fun. And Missy looked excited about it. That was the other thing. She looked
she
adorable in
was.
her little like warm farm outfit.
So we have a barn star now. Yeah, it's pretty cool. We'll even make you one for Christmas.
Oh, nice. We have a barn. We could put it on there.
It'll
I
be great.
joke with my husband and say I don't know whether I would have married him if we didn't have that barn because I had a complete house full of stuff and I didn't get rid of everything. We put some of it, we wrapped it up a bunch and put it in that barn. It
Okay.
was so stressful to move. So anyway, I'm like very grateful for that barn to have room. Okay, do you want to move on to our topics?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay. So I've been doing this whole thing. We did a show last Monday. It's one of our most watched shows on YouTube about the Indiana gerrymandering. It's still going on. And I'm calling it bananas. I'm saying these lines are bananas, Bananas, off of Holla Back Girl,
Yeah.
Gwen Stefani
Hmm.
song. And that song, I don't exactly understand it, but I get that she's like, I ain't no Holla Back Girl.
Hmm.
Your crap's bananas. So I'm kind of like, let's pull it in with Indiana. Hey, Hoosiers, we ain't your holla back girl. We're not going to do what Trump says. These lines are bananas. So I'm going with it. We could start a trend with the holla back song.
Okay.
But it is
See if it
sort of,
catches.
see if it catches. Yeah, I was going to sing it. I don't know. Okay, so here's the map, and I'll update you all, especially if you're not in Indiana. It's pretty interesting because Trump's talking about it. Okay, so we have 9 congressional districts. 7 of them are Republican and 2 are Democrat. If you look at this old map here, 1 and 7 are the Democrats, and the new map they break up where the Democrats are in the state and try to dilute it enough so that it'll be 9 Republicans in Congress, and it'll get rid of, is it Frank Mervyn? Frank
Mervan. Yep.
and
Mervan.
then
Yep.
Andre Carson. And
Hmm.
so they're right now working on passing this in a
Hmm.
special session, which costs like anywhere from like $30,000 to $40,000 of taxpayer money a day to do. They did it all last week. They're doing it all this week, and it's passed several times, and now it's going back. It says it's House Bill
Yeah. So the House has
1032,
passed it all already, and then it went to the
57
Senate,
to
and it went
41.
and it went out of the Senate committee that's in charge of it, and so now it'll be before the whole Senate, and they're going to vote on it. Supposedly, last I heard was Thursday, but sometime later this week it'll get voted on.
Yes. Yeah. So 12 Republicans joined Democrats in voting no in the House, but it wasn't enough. And they're listening. About 100 people testified. Most of them were opposed to redistricting. I heard
Yeah.
that the thing yesterday where people were testifying, the main guy that wrote the bill didn't even show up to hear it. So
Yeah.
way to go on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll happen either Thursday or Friday. We'll
Yeah. And
find out whether these
people are
state
mad about
senators.
this.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
are mad about this, right? And not just this isn't a Democrats thing. Mad about it. Yes, the Democrats are upset, and they're trying to fight this as much as possible because it's possible they lose 2 seats in this. But also, why would Republicans vote against it, which they have, and maybe in the Senate enough of them will, so that it doesn't get passed? It's because of 2 reasons. One, it's dangerous. This is a dangerous thing to do for the party in control, right? You just, for Indiana 9, that yellow one on the 2025 map, you're putting Indianapolis, a sliver of Indianapolis, in with some rural communities and diluting those rural communities while also keeping Floyd and Clark counties, which have cities of their own in it. And so it's going to markedly decrease the lead that they've had in that district at this point. And so that's just one of them where that's happening. And in fact, it's happening in many others. In
And
Indiana
doing it
8,
in at a time when Republican favorability has gotten a lot lower. So
right,
I think they're really taking a gamble that Hoosiers are just going to blindly keep voting Republican. It's like, how much can you hurt us? How much can you hurt our public schools, our energy bills, our taxes? SB1, Senate Bill 1, that is making counties pay for things that the state should be paying for. And so that means all kinds of cuts for public services that all of us need and depend on. I think it's going to affect so many Hoosiers that we're going to have
right,
Republicans not voting Republican in this next election. And then giving you, Tim Peck, who's running for Congress in District 9, which is the
yeah,
yellow one down here, giving you a section of Indy voters, city
yeah.
voters, predominantly vote Democrat. So it's risky. And
Hmm.
also, we didn't know this.
Predominantly vote Democrat, as well as a whole bunch of people who live there who might not be completely engaged with politics, who are you know, who are someone who could be swayed to vote for a Democrat or a moderate Democrat and be swayed into that and get to the ballot box. And this is the kind of thing that gets people to the ballot box. So
Yeah,
they're really
you
messing
get
with
them
fire here.
motivated. I imagine, I'm pretty motivated to vote. And I asked my brother who lives in Indy, who is like, doesn't watch much news, is not political like me. I was like, have you heard of the gerrymandering redistricting thing? He goes, yes, I've heard about it a lot. So this is
Hmm.
hitting people that don't normally pay attention to state politics.
That's right.
I've asked
That's right.
lots of neighbors and friends, have you heard about it? Yes.
Yeah. I
So
was working in the hospital, and patients who come in, might know who I am, and they see me, they talk to me about what's going on, Republican, Democrat, Independent, whatever they are. And this week, I've had 5 different patients and their families just want to talk about this.
that's interesting.
Yeah, and then coworkers, people in the hospital, security, people are, cleaning the rooms after they've been used,
Ah, it
wanting
went
to
away.
also talk about it
There he
and
is.
why this has been happening. Mhm.
Okay, we have our first guest. I just messaged him, Ethan Sweetland May. He's running for state senate. He's a friend of ours, state senate in my district against Gary Byrne. Ethan,
Oh, hey,
how
friends.
are you?
Hey, look, it's
Hey,
Tim and Sarah. Good
Let
morning.
me
How
get
you
rid
doing,
of this so
guys?
we can see you better. Thanks for joining
Hey.
us in our premiere episode of our morning show, which we agreed on the time like 12 hours ago or something. So
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Good to see you all. Thanks for inviting me on. I use perfect timing. I'm on my coffee break.
Ethan, what do you
easy.
think
Look,
about the chickens? What do you think about the chicken
I
background?
I think that it really feels authentic, and authentic is what voters want this time around. You know, it's what we care about, and
That's
nothing
right.
says authentic like, hey, this could be like my aunt's living room, and these are little like porcelain things on the shelves that are around me.
I
So
needed this because I made this background this morning and I was like, hope everybody likes it. It's kind of a lot, but I'm a lot. So it matches.
it's
It
beautiful.
matches.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
We love the vibe. We love the vibe.
So we
Yeah.
just got done talking about, well, we are talking about Indiana gerrymandering. Could you let us know you're running for office? I always say this, I've said this to you before, but if I could have conjured up a candidate to run against Gary Byrne, it would have been
There you
Ethan
go.
Sweetland May.
There you go.
So
Yeah.
you just like called me randomly or texted me or something into my life, and I'm like, how did this happen? We found out it was Dan Cannon,
It was Dan Cannon.
our
Yeah.
favorite
Yeah.
curmudgeon, right? Our
Yeah.
lawyer
Oh
curmudgeon.
man, I recently Dan was texting me and I wasn't responding fast enough, and so he started razzing me. And at one point he called me Sprinkles the Clown, and so I responded by calling him Timu Eeyore, and
Oh, yeah.
I think I lost his vote. I think I lost
It's
his vote.
gone.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that
yeah.
on his Facebook and I thought that was so funny.
Yeah. That's Dan, our favorite curmudgeon for sure.
So anyway, I'm so thankful you stepped up to run. You have a
Thanks.
beautiful family, you have a job, you're busy, and you're doing this, and you're doing a great job.
Look at you two, though. I mean, come on.
You're having town halls across.
That's true.
Yeah, when is that town hall?
So we had our first one on the 1st. We had it at the VFW in Corden, and it was great. We had a little crowd come out, and we had a great conversation. We learned a lot about sound checks and how to do lives. And anyway, it was definitely a learning curve. But we have our next one coming up.
You got to learn. You got to just do it the first time and figure it out.
Exactly. Yeah. And I mean, everybody's afraid of failure, and I think especially when you put yourself out in public, you know, it just gets that much worse. It's one thing to fail walking from your door to your car, just like slipping in leaves, and like you look around to see if anybody besides your cat saw that. There's another thing to like, I'm holding a public town hall. I hope people come. And that's great. That's great. So on
Ethan, before you go on, I have this thing 5 minutes before any event that I throw where I get an enormous wave of anxiety. Because no one is going to come.
Yeah.
No one's going to show up.
That's the hardest
You're
part.
Going to be the only person. And usually it's because like one person showed up early. And so you're like, that's it. Like, that's all that's coming. There's no one coming to this thing. And so that hasn't gone away. I mean, over, hundreds of events at this point, it never goes away.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. No, I've done public speaking gigs before. I've done like competitive storytelling things before, and that's really a good time. But yeah, this is on another level. So I appreciate that.
So when's your next one?
It's coming up on Monday, the 15th, and we're gonna have it at the American Legion in Salem. It's gonna be from 6 to 8 o'clock. And yeah, we're gonna be doing these every 2 weeks. And we're just pursuing a really aggressive schedule. We're canvassing the areas like in the physical vicinity of where we're holding the town hall every time, because we want to say, hey, this is in your neighborhood. Let's talk. And the response has been really positive. Like, I mean, even like whenever I've knocked on people's doors, the first question, you're running as are you Democrat or Republican? And then people are either like, great, I'm voting for you, or get off my porch. Actually, nobody said get off my porch yet. But I have had a few people be like, well, we're going to have a problem. Yeah, they will. It's coming.
Don't worry.
Don't worry. The full-on hostile rejection is coming. I mean, but I have had people be like, well, we're going to have a problem. And I'm like, and I was just like, well, I mean, not with me. And I was like, I promise whatever problems you have with the Democratic Party, I have more.
Yeah.
For the same reason that like people are like, I have a real problem with Christianity. And I'm like, listen, bud, I'm on the inside. Like, we can talk about it. But yeah, overwhelmingly super positive. People are surprised that we're there. They're surprised we're holding town halls. And so, yeah. But anyway, thank you for asking. That's what we're doing. I saw you guys talking about.
So you can either show up, if you're in the Salem area, you can show up on Monday, or you can watch it live on Ethan Sweetland May's Facebook, Instagram. Yes. I don't know if it's multiple places. But
TikTok and Facebook. Haven't figured out Instagram yet. Probably should. It's weird holding like a bunch of devices and being like, I am a digital man in a digital
know what,
age.
Tim?
I want to say this. Here, let me
we
just
can
say
put
this.
you on StreamYard sometimes and help you with it.
Yeah, let me say this. Let's put you and your town hall on right here on Project X. But also, I just want to offer that any Republican who does a town hall, we will also put on Project X.
Yep. And Gary Byrne, you want to hold a town hall?
Please.
Like Ethan Sweetland May is, we will air that too.
If Aaron Houchin puts one on does a town hall, we will do it. You heard it here first. There's no reason to stop it. That's called democracy.
Ethan, at the same time you were doing your free town hall in Corden, wasn't Gary Byrne doing a paid, expensive dinner, Republican dinner sponsor event or something?
He was. It was the craziest thing because we announced our town hall, and then I saw getting shared on social media a little bit a fundraiser that was both Gary Byrne and Todd Rokita. In Corden on the same night, same town, $100 to get in the door and $1,500 for the good tables.
Wow.
And it's just like, I mean, so on the one hand, I don't like, people hold fundraisers. Great.
Right.
But like, it couldn't be more stark that like Gary Byrne has never held a town hall, which is understandable. The way politicians are usually picked is from an insider circle. Like, we know these people, and don't worry about voters. We'll connect you with the right people. We'll connect you with the right support groups. Mm-hmm. And that's all you need. And all you need is the right letter next to your name on the ballot. People pull the handle and you'll get into office. Done deal. And that's how we have an entrenched, entitled, apathetic supermajority that has watched our birthing center go away in Harrison County from Harrison County Hospital. It's not an issue. No one's raising how do we keep birthing centers open in our communities? Like, I think that's everybody I talk to about that is upset and wants action taken. And we're gonna we are gonna be that campaign, and I'm gonna be that candidate that actually addresses these issues in our district. So
this weekend I'm gonna set you up with StreamYard access and show you how, and I'll help you.
Sick.
Because actually I can start it and you can text me and I can finish it for you. So I just need one phone with it on and somebody doing the filming, and we got you. So you can watch it on Project Next. That was a good call, Tim. Before we go, what was the thing I was going to ask you about? Oh, I lost it. My brain's gone.
What'd you do last night, Ethan? What'd you do last night, Ethan?
Your biggest TikTok. No, hang on. Your biggest TikTok got like 77,000 views because I checked. It was so funny.
It was so silly. I started TikTok because I'm running for office. I have avoided it up until this point, but
I love your TikTok. I love the raccoon.
It comes to all. The raccoon was
like
from
drunk
my garbage
raccoon in the garbage.
One of my favorite things. I did 11 years on the garbage trucks in Southern Indiana, and one of my favorite things about that job was the friends I met in the trash. Possums,
trash pandas.
Raccoons. Yeah, possums, raccoons, and occasionally feral cats. And it really is like, I mean, a possum is like finding like a friendly but grouchy, like hungover person in your alley where they're like, what's happening? And you say like, okay, buddy, move along. You gotta get back to wherever you're gonna sleep this off. Raccoons are a little bit more like finding someone who's maybe having a bad trip. Like, they're panicking. They don't understand what's happening. They're like, you're like, oh, bring it down. You're safe. I'm just going to help you out of there. And feral cats are like finding a murderer in your backyard, but like a psychotic one where absolute terror, total violence, maximum speed. The biggest jump scare on the garbage route was cars blasting past at 60 miles an hour on a country road. And feral cats. Just
you could be
time.
an actor in another life. and a comedian in another life. So
Oh boy.
everybody follow Ethan Sweetland May's socials. I follow his Facebook, his Instagram, and his TikTok. I recommend all of them. And then scroll through and find the raccoon in the trash can, and then the RFK one where he comes up with a really good idea. So anyway. Yeah, Ethan, you're going to be on a lot more. We get you on as much as we can.
Really appreciate it, guys. We love what you're doing.
Good luck with the town hall. I can't wait to put it out.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, December 15th.
December 15th.
VFW.
American Legion. American
Legion.
Yes.
What time?
Yes. Okay.
6 to 8 o'clock.
6 to 8. Okay. All right.
Awesome.
Yes. Have a great day at work. Sorry to bother you. Thanks.
Guys. Thanks for inviting me on. Y'all are awesome. You've all been so encouraging, and I'm so grateful to be in this fight with you guys. Warm hugs.
Yes. Yes. We love you. Great job. Okay, keep going.
Have a great morning. Bye.
That was so fun having Ethan as our first guest.
Yeah. I'm glad he's become part of the fold, part of the team, kind of fighting for democracy. It's great to have him. He's got a big personality. He's a lot of fun to be around.
I gave him like hours of advice, since I ran for state house before, and he took it all. He took all the advice and then has done his own thing too. He is fantastic. So I'm excited about him running, and I'm glad I know him. I would legit not know this person if he didn't step up to run for state senate. So that's pretty exciting. Okay, let's talk about.
He's been helpful to us, and he's been helpful to me. He's helpful on the debate with some of the prep there. He's a generous person with his own time.
He makes the campaigning better.
He does.
Yeah, that's nice. Okay, and it's funny how like you and I basically met because I ran to try to help you win, and then you're like, "Oh, Sarah's good at social media," and then we like paired up. Now we just included Ethan in that, and so it's fun little.
Getting in the fold.
Ethan's really good at social media. I would be jealous, but I'm just appreciative and hope he wins. Okay. Was there any other comments you wanted to say about our fun gerrymandering? We know that we'll find out Thursday or Friday what your race is going to look like. Oh, you know what we forgot to say? Andre Carson, the current Democrat congressman that represents Indy, he lives, if this map gets changed, he would live in District 9. Your district.
That's true.
He doesn't have to legally, right? He could switch to a different district. You don't have to live in your district to run in it.
That's right.
So if I were him, I would look at who's got the most Indy voters and I would pick that one.
Well, I don't want to speak for him and what he'll do, but he might try to find a different way forward to help change the world. Yeah. Right.
Interesting. If this new map happens,
he's been winning by double digits for a long, long time, and he's going to have to get into a district where he would be at the baseline based off of Trump elections, losing by high single, low double digits. So just to start, and so that's a different kind of operation you have to build, etc. So the operation he already built might be better used in a different way. Or he might go for
he's going towards the Democrats, the really far to the left field, going to Democrat events and stuff, because that's what helps him. Whereas our race in rural Indiana is completely different. That doesn't really help us. We have to get out and talk to the people, not just go to like Democrat events. So it does change a lot. Yeah. So don't worry, guys. We'll do another show once we find out what's happening. It would be nice for this to be over.
The thing I am excited for it to be over. I all of a sudden have a bunch of calls, Sarah, with people on Friday. This morning, people texting, "Hey, can we talk on Friday?" So Friday is going to be a busy day.
And I read that they could not get finished with all the like interviews on Thursday, and then they don't vote until Friday. So they might be pushing.
We're going to push those calls off then.
You might get pushed. That's funny.
But I just want to say about gerrymandering, to take it a serious moment, is that gerrymandering is about shaving our differences away until you have only one voice being put forward. And that is not what American democracy has been built on. That is not what innovation's built on. That's not what strength, that's not what economy gets pushed forward. It's America gets better when we have multiple voices speaking and considering one another. Like, we grew up thinking that the way to be a good person is by accepting one another, right? And so what gerrymandering does is tries to simplify it to one voice, or to a majority's voice without the rest. And that's we talk about founding fathers all the time. Those people disagreed constantly, right? That was what it was about. And these people were weirdos in a lot of ways, right? Like those founding fathers, they were out there, they were innovators, they were coming up with crazy ideas, they had
They were
personal
trying to
flaws.
prevent a dictator from ruling, and they were also trying to prevent war by forcing religion on the country.
And
so yeah.
I mean, Thomas Jefferson and Hamilton like fought to the day they died. Like these people, that's what drove progress and greatness. And when you look at any movement, that's what it's going to be about. It's about causing friction and tension where all voices are being heard until you can figure a way out forward. And gerrymandering does the opposite of that. It is the least democratic thing you can possibly do. And we just talked about it. As someone running for Congress, I will gain theoretical points by having this new district, by having Indianapolis in it, but that's not what we should be doing. They should be, that's what we should be doing. We should be representing one another so that we can all have voices be heard. So Ethan says, I heard they have sick rap battles as well. That's a good Hamilton reference. Thank you. And can I tell
Did
my
they have
Hamilton
fun
story?
like I've read about Hamilton, but I've never seen Hamilton, by the way.
Well, I saw it in New York, and there's something they have called Ham for Hamilton, which is $10 to get into Hamilton on Halloween day.
Oh, wow.
And so when Missy and I were still dating, we got those tickets. We won those tickets, and we went to New York. And you're supposed to dress up for this because it's Halloween. And so I went in a full-on George Washington costume.
Oh, I need a picture of this.
And
I wish I could put a picture on this.
There are pictures. And Missy shows up and didn't have a costume on. And not only that, I was like, of the 15,000 people there's maybe 4 of us that had costumes on, and I was in a full-on George Washington costume. And when I walked I was so embarrassed, but then just had to own it, right? And then when I walked into the theater, people started to applaud for me because they thought I was part of the cast.
Oh, I love this story so much. This is why we need the morning show, because we would have got that.
And I just sat there in a full-on George Washington costume, with the brass buttons, the whole thing, watching this show alone with just people dressed in normal clothes all around me.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so Pixar didn't happen. If you text it to me, our next morning show, I will put it up at the start of the show, everybody.
If Missy's watching this, she probably already texted you.
Pixar didn't happen. We gotta get, I gotta see this. Okay, that was epic. So yeah, that's cool though. That's cool. I like hearing funny happy T-Pex stories. Okay, we're gonna switch to a rural topic that should be important to all of us rural people. How many people go to Dollar General? Because I go to the one in Palmyra about 3 times a week. Like I go to the grocery, or I get groceries delivered, but then I'm always forgetting a couple items, so I go and get it.
I went to Dollar General in our town so much in New Washington when I first moved there full time that my sister-in-law bought me a Dollar General t-shirt for Christmas. Actually 2. One was yellow with black writing, one was black with yellow writing, because I was essentially a walking Dollar General advertisement, so the rural with people bags in us coming in and out. Yes.
Yeah, like we have
you depend on it, right? It's there in your community.
It's our grocery store. Luckily, the one in Palmyra a couple years ago changed to one of those DG. What do they call it? It's the food one. I lost the name
DG
of
it.
Market,
I believe.
DG Market.
Market.
So it has more. It doesn't have like clothes anymore. It used to have a lot of clothes. It has produce, and you can get like fresh. You can get like chicken and pork and beef, and you can get vegetables and fruit and stuff. So. I think that's really good because I see people in town walking to it because they don't have transportation.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
See it all the time.
But
I see people in horses go there because we have a large Amish community, and they actually have a hitching post outside of our Dollar General for people to hitch their horse to.
You're officially more rural than I am. You win on the rural card. I've seen the hitching thing at the Walmart in Salem. Sometimes we see the Amish and the horses, but we don't have it here in Palmyra. So you beat me there. So a lot of us in rural communities depend on Dollar General. We're very grateful. However, I've noticed this. I've heard about it, but I didn't realize it was nationwide. There is a thing. There's stories being reported on it nationally now. You can look up Dollar General and see the stories where if you buy something and it says it's on sale for $2.99, but you take it and scan it, it'll say $3.99 or $4 or whatever. And they'll say, oh, we just haven't changed the price yet. We haven't marked it yet. You're going to have to pay that price, the more expensive price. That is a method Dollar General has been using for years, and they've been sued in multiple locations across the country, millions of dollars. They've lost a lot of the lawsuits and paid the money, but they continue to do this.
The amount they pay is not only lawsuits, but they get fined from municipalities and from counties and states. And the fines just aren't big enough to make it something that they change, right? They're making more money.
They're still making so much of a profit on doing this that they're not fixing that. It's like their business model. They probably got a budget for how much they're going to have to pay in lawsuits and fines.
And if you know what it's like to pay your own bills, you can get your salary and your paycheck, you know that you want the money up front rather than at the end, right? So Dollar General gets a huge benefit from getting your money up front so that they can pay their own bills, and it's called cash flow, right? They get the more cash flow, and then they get the fine later, but so they get a huge benefit from that too. It's not just the profit, but getting it earlier. And they get it out of you. And you can, when you go to Dollar General and they do this to you, you look at the receipt, look how they did this to you, and you can say, hey, I want the price that's in the aisle, that's been on the aisle, and they will give it to you. But it takes forever, right? And you're
usually at Dollar General to save time. That's usually the number one reason why you're there.
Right. And so is your time worth being late to work for 5 minutes for the $3 that you're going to save? Well, that $3 adds up. Next time it's $10, and you go there 3 times a week, as you said, Sarah Blessing. And so all of a sudden you spent, $20, $30 that week that you didn't have to. It's
right. It adds up. Especially it adds up for people that are walking to Dollar General.
Yeah.
And if you pay attention, you can save money at Dollar General. Like if you use Dollar General brand items, like the medicine is cheaper. Dollar General buns, I'm getting those a lot. They're cheaper, but you pay attention to your receipts. I saw this on the 135 Facebook community page that I follow. You know how you guys follow Facebook groups of your neighborhoods? I've seen postings for years. It was supposed to be this price and it was higher. Everybody check your receipts. I didn't know it was at that time. I did not know it was a national Dollar General business model problem. So that is interesting to me.
The question we're all asking is, can you take pictures of the thing you buy next time? People, our viewers, take pictures of your receipt and compare it. Take pictures of what it is on the aisle versus the receipt and compare it for yourself, for your own dollars, but then send that back in to us. We want to be able to see all of this and amass this evidence, and then for the Dollar Generals around us, we're going to do some of this as well, and put on notice that we're coming to do that.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
And hopefully, we're proven wrong when we show up, and they did fix things in our local Dollar Generals.
Oh, they did? Like in yours?
No, I'm saying hopefully they did.
Hopefully they did.
I wanted them to.
Yeah, because I know the person that owns the Dollar General, and I like him. He's a nice guy that really cares about the community. It's not like it's a bad person.
The manager of the Dollar General in New Washington helps out with our Easter egg hunt that we have for the town, and make sure to give us, candy and supplies, and helps out with Light Up New Washington that we put on with the New Washington Beautification Committee, and helps gives things. So, it does give, the does give back to the community and the people there.
And I'm still going to Dollar General because I need my
Right.
whatever item I forgot. So
Right.
it's not like we are going to stop using this service. It's literally the only grocery supply thing we have in our rural community.
Until we had Kroger starting to deliver. And so what Kroger did is they had this delivery program that they started bringing to the rural parts of Clark and Floyd County out of their Louisville warehouse. And you would order, and it would be free every time you order. I think it was like a $25 fee for the whole year. It wasn't much to get you onto it. And it changed our world. We would get our groceries come to us, once or twice a week, rather than having to go out. And it's so easy to shop on the app.
Get Walmart.
Wonderful.
We get Cord and Walmart delivered to us because we don't have the Kroger option.
Right. And so
a point for me, rural me.
Yeah. And so they started it. Well, you're going to lose your point because Kroger then cut off the rural community because it wasn't working economically as well for them. And then with what they had started to serve just the suburban area. So this is crazy that they kind of cut us off from that all of a sudden. And I'm trying to figure out why.
Can you use Meijer?
Exactly.
We are going to be able to use Meijer now, so I'm going to try to. We got a thing in the mail about.
We'll see what. Yeah, let me look into what else we can use. But I'm asking viewers out there if they know anything about this, of why this was cut off from our community.
Do you tip your drivers?
I do, yeah.
Because I want to talk about the way it works with Walmart, because I didn't exactly know. And then on the 135 community page, workers that do the delivery Walmart groceries one of them wrote a long summary about how it works. And then I messaged her and she goes, "Oh, I've dropped off groceries at your house before." And in Walmart, it works by tipping. So if you want your groceries delivered faster, tip more, because the drivers get to pick which houses they want to work for. And if you're not giving very much money for them to drive in their own car and use their own gas, they don't pick it up. So
well, you're hitting on one of the big policy problems of our day right now, where they call it corporate welfare, where Walmart doesn't have to pay enough to their employees to get them health care and depend on our government to give people Medicaid who work for them. And so, they're essentially getting the welfare of our government to pay for their workers' benefits rather than them doing it themselves out of their
Usually
pocket.
They're part-time workers. Usually these people, this is their second or third job, because I try to ask them and have conversations with them, and usually it's at least their second job where they picked it up to get money for a certain thing they need. Yeah.
So it's Walmart has figured out a way to skirt that responsibility.
Yeah. And also I try to, if I can, I'll go out and help bring the groceries in, but I've learned quickly I have to step back and let them take a picture of the groceries. So don't forget that they have to show evidence that they dropped it off. So I'll help them, step back, they take the picture, I tell them thank you. They're even giving us candy now. They started that a month ago. They give us little candy. So yeah, it's a whole thing. It's interesting. Rural life. We're getting our groceries delivered if we can.
Yeah. There's been some people who have come to the house who I've known, who are people that we've known from our various, being out there and talking to voters and stuff. So that's been kind of interesting and cool to, strike up those conversations. And of course, it would probably make them late for their next delivery, and that's why they've been canceled. I don't know. So.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So do you have to leave at 10:30? Do we have 10 more minutes?
Yeah, about 10:30. Yeah.
Okay. So let's spend the last 10 minutes talking about boundaries, because I want to give some, I have my mental fitness show. I want to do a whole show on it, but I just thought we could do a morning show talk about boundaries. So the first time I went to my therapist, Aaron, he's like, "Boundaries, Sarah." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, you voice what you want done to you. You let people know, well, this is acceptable behavior and this isn't. And I'm like, what? That's something we can do? Because as a woman, you're really good at boundaries. So you've known them the whole time I've known you. But as a woman, we are not taught boundaries. We are not taught to say, "I don't want to hug right now," or "I don't want to be treated like that," or "Please don't do this action to me." We are taught to be meek and nice and kind, and to sit back and let the man have the temper and we just take it. And, we've been taught some really toxic, terrible things, and boundaries helps stop a lot of it. So
Mhm.
what does boundaries mean to you? Because you
Yeah.
get an A+ in boundaries, by the way. You
Well,
do
I
a good
think,
job, I think,
yeah,
for the most part.
I fail just like anybody else when it comes to this, but I'm pretty proud of the most recent episode of needing these boundaries and how well that's worked, as well as proud of the people around me that have helped. Where Missy and I had a tragedy in our life, and it affected our family quite a bit, and we just needed time. We just needed time to be together. I needed to not be doing as many events at night and in the weekends. I needed to be with my son. I needed to travel a little bit to be with family and friends. And even when I'm talking about this, I'm not telling the whole story right now, but I
And
think
that's
everybody
boundaries,
gets, yeah,
because
but I think
you get to
everybody
pick what you
understands
want to
that it's
make
something that
public.
was really affecting
Right.
me, right?
Right. That's
And my
boundaries
family.
in it. You don't have to
And
tell us
so,
everything about your life.
and I called maybe 15 people, allies, people who ran groups, large groups. Like, I called the head of Indivisible Southern Indiana, who has a huge network, right? Called people, and I told them a little bit about what's happening, and saying I'm going to retreat for a little bit from the public eye, especially during nights and weekends. And uh, that message got to even my competitors in primary, and some of the back and forth kind of died down quite a bit for a while. And I think Missy and I have done a good deal of healing, and I'm starting to come back a little bit. And I think in the new year I'll be back strong. So
I think it really
yeah,
helps show
boundaries.
you, seeing you as a friend and watching you go through it. It really helped shine a light on what matters in life. Whenever you have a tragedy, whenever you have grief, whenever you have sad things happen, it really highlights what's important. And I saw that happen with you, and I was really happy because I care about you as a friend, and I want you to be with your family and your wife, and I want you to not stress about the things that we think matter that really don't matter. And I
Yeah, it
saw that. I saw you do that, you know.
was really hard because the day that happened, that night, I had a house party going on in Bloomington for me, and there were 40 or so people scheduled to be there, and there's no way to cancel it right at that point. So it was either kind of turn people away at the door if I wasn't going to be there, or maybe I should go up there, get this under my belt so that I have that out and go. And the person throwing the house party immediately, named Chris Holmes, a doctor up there in Bloomington, said, "Get it, don't come. I'll figure it out. I'll handle it." And then you went and spoke on my behalf, as did Anushka, who is head of the IU Democrats, straight student, went and spoke on my behalf. And people seemed to understand quite a bit that we needed that. And I'm just so grateful that people stepped up to do that. And I think that's only because um, of setting those boundaries, being so firm around them and saying, hey, I need your help here to help me keep these boundaries with some people that you trust. And, in at some point, you're going to need my help in that way, and I'll be there for you. Right.
Yeah. And we both needed help with boundaries, because if we didn't have them, we would be at events every single night and we would never see our families.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons we do Project Next. We need to be out, but we want to do it during when my kids are at school and when your kid has a babysitter. So we've had to set up boundaries in our own life, yet still get the message out that we're trying to do. So I'm proud of
Yeah.
you. And that was funny for me because I was just trying to help my friend, and I'm talking to you and I'm like, oh, you have this fundraiser in Bloomington. Oh, no, don't cancel it. And I was like, you need somebody that knows you, that can public speak, that can get up and talk. And then I'm like, oh, that's me. Oh, I should do you want me to do this? And you were like, yes. So it's funny because I really had not gotten to me. It was real
Yeah.
time. Then I was like, oh, and it made me feel better because I wanted to help my friend out. So, and then I wore the blue jumpsuit. If you guys are on my Facebook friends, you can see the blue jumpsuit. And I was 6 foot in my heels, and
Uh-huh.
Anushka is 5 foot, under 5 foot. She's
I think
tiny.
she's under 5 foot, probably.
She's under
4'11".
5 foot. And so I made people take pictures of us. She was not happy about it. And it looked like when Shaq is standing next to regular people. That's what it looked like. And I loved it so much. I was having so much fun. I was like, Anushka, come. And it was like this. Oh my gosh. So, and then it like really showed me how to do a fundraiser. And I'm having my first Project Next fundraiser open house tomorrow. And Floyd Knobs from 6 to 8 with free food. We got a few spots open. I'm happy with the turnout so far. If you'd like to come, message me and I'll give you the address. But anyway, it showed me how to do it. So I was like, Tim, this ended up being a very beneficial thing for me because I'd never done it before. So I didn't know how to do it. And then watching other people do it and me be a part of it, I was like, oh, I can do this. So yeah. So boundaries are basically, especially for women, I think women need, because of our culture, it's just what is in your head when somebody's asking you to do something and your head is saying, I don't want to do this for blank, blank, and blank, and blank. You say it nicely. Oh, thanks for asking me to do this. I can't. I'm not going to do it. You don't even have to say why. You can say I'm busy. You can say I have other plans, but you don't have to, because your body, your time, your mind, you're in control of that. And we're taught to be people pleasers. We're taught to say yes to everything, or it's rude. We don't have to do that. We can say, I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that. I get asked to come at many places and I just cannot do it because I also have to be a mom and a wife and I want to be good at those things. So it's been like, I've been doing therapy for legit almost 2 years now, like a year and a half. And I still get told, okay, let's do boundaries to this thing that you're talking about. I'm like, darn it, I thought I got this figured out, you know?
Yeah, it's super important for you to be able to help so many people that you do and highlight the stories around this district, around Southern Indiana, around Indiana, Midwest, and the country. You do so much work to do that. You need the thing that gives you energy, that fills your cup, which is definitely revolving around family and exercise for you. And if you don't make the boundaries to keep those things, how can everybody else get the gift of Sarah, right? You need that.
And you don't want grumpy, negative Sarah. You don't want that version of me. It's not helpful. So if I'm going to be positive, happy, funny, being able to listen to you and pay attention, I got to do, like you said, family, exercise, reading. It's like a caffeine. It's a delicate equation of the things that keep me going.
And speaking of that, so the reason I need to leave at 10:30 a.m. is because I have physical therapy, and I have been very religious about going to physical therapy once, twice a week, sometimes even 3 times when I need it.
And you're going like way long time without sleep. And you're driving, because sometimes you'll call me and I'm like, I can't believe you're not sleeping right now. You're like, well, I'm on my way to physical therapy. So I'm glad you're getting that. Your health.
I mean, I can't miss it. I just can't miss it. Everybody else will suffer. Yes, I'll suffer, but everybody else will suffer. So.
Yeah, your health is so much better than last year. I'm so thankful. That's one of my gratitude things. I'm so grateful that you're doing so well. I know it's really slow. Like it's a slow getting better.
But you know there's an end. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I wish for you that you just get good sleep. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do night shifts and then you do like a show. One time we did a show and you had been so low sleep. You literally asked the same question twice. And I'm like, he never does that. He is sleepy. It was a John Macy car episode.
Really? I barely remember that episode. Yeah.
I understand why you barely. That was the tiredest I've ever seen you. And I was like, oh, I can't. I hope he sleeps soon and he can get home. And we're live.
I slept tired.
Like I can say like, it wasn't like I was going to comment. I just watched it. Yeah.
All right. So what did you think about the show? Are we going to continue to do it? Did you like it?
It's going to be whenever we can fit it in. So sorry, it's not every morning or once a week. It's going to be whenever we can. Sometimes it'll be multiple times a week, and sometimes we won't do it a week if you've got ER night shifts or whatever. So I don't know when we're going to do our next one, but I bet we can do one before Christmas.
For sure. We can do one next week for sure.
Let us know what you thought of it. Did you like it? Comments, questions. Thanks for Ethan for coming on and giving us hilarious and good content afterwards for writing in. Yeah, let us know how you liked it, please. Oh, I forgot to mention, I got it here in the go to, if you like Project Next, if you're a fan, go to heylmer.com/projectnext to see all of our merch. I'm going to go to Elmer's store in Corden and show you his store and how he makes the stuff, makes the shirts and the hats and stuff. But until then, you can go and check it out. There's lots of different things. I'm very thankful, and it helps support a local independent little business. It's very
My
cute.
sister-in-law came over to babysit Cass the other day and was wearing a Project Next shirt. I'm like, where did you get that from? She's like, oh,
Are you serious? That's the first one
yeah.
I know of somebody buying it. And give Emma my love and hug her. That is, thank you, Emma. I miss her. I love her. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Yeah, my mom said she was gonna get it for Christmas presents. So yeah. And then I got the fundraiser tomorrow, and then the Pluribus show around noon. If you are watching that, it's you would like it, Tim, if you had time.
Yeah.
It's sort of like Severance. Have you heard of it?
I haven't heard about it. No.
It's from the creators of Better Call Saul, and then the other show, the Meth Teacher show. What's that one called? Yeah, it's that.
So I'm going to Terry Gilligan. Is that who it is? Terry, is that the creator? So, but I'm going to do
Gilland, I think.
So I'm going to do a show with Father Ted.
And that's Thursday, right?
Yeah. And then tomorrow I'll be doing a show with Mary Allen, who is running for Indiana 8.
Mm-hmm. So she's running for Congress. That's cool. I'd like to know more about her.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see what gerrymandering's all about for Evansville and that whole area.
And then Monday we're gonna have Ethan Sweetland May's town hall, so that'll be awesome. And then on my birthday, December 18th, Christopher Machen and I are gonna do a mental fitness. I thought that would be a good birthday present for me because I love talking to him. So yeah. Okay.
That's great.
Yep. And I am 2 weeks older than you, Tim Peck. So 2 weeks wiser. Just don't forget.
I won't.
Yeah. I'm almost 45. Are you getting ready to turn that extra number? You feeling okay about it?
I feel perfectly fine with it. I very fine with it. Because I look at the decade, I have my 40 during my 40s list. But maybe we could share if it's a little bit vulnerable, but maybe I'll share at least some of it of what I want to accomplish and do in my 40s. And so I see it much more as like a decade that I'm trying to conquer more than each year. So
you and your goals and your lists is adorable. I just like randomly have things in my head, but you're very like, we're going to do all of these things. Yeah, it cracks me up. We're very similar and very different at the same time. I do not have a list for my 40s, but that's cute. But I am 2 weeks wiser than you. Okay. Have a great day. Thank you everybody for watching, and we'll be back for a bunch more shows. Hope you like the background and the image, because we had great time making it.
All right, good morning everybody. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Bye.